Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses. I'll gather this. It might be of use. We are under attack! I will protect you. Let my magics grant you an elemental warning. As a matter of fact, you cut a stunning figure as a magic archer master. Watching you fight takes my breath away. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Их, в смысле? Да. Мне больше их понравился, вот за него играю. Я все перепробовал.
That was superb, Arisen. Execution. Once more. To the chest. I shall take a look inside. You have my protection.
О, привет, Асухачан. Террария сегодня будет? Террария сегодня будет. До скольки? До по 12 примерно, наверное, не знаю.
During my time with Lord Phases, I found myself in a strange state of being. Though my mind was perpetually unclear, I always felt your presence, Master. I cannot explain it. Mayhap
Ну
it
да,
was made
посмотрим,
possible by the
как
bond we
получится.
share. 'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Hope to see you again ere long.
Not by. We're not to talk during mission.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought e'er greater heights. Till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? A farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, By the hand of a new arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the arisen. For your path is just. And, fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them. You have my support.
We too once bore the mantle of Arisen, though no longer. As we walked our respective paths, each of us lost the incomparable strength of will that made us Arisen. One in despair of the dragon's boundless might, one in pursuit of vengeance's cold comfort, and one for fear of what fate held in store. Yet you bear it still, Arisen One. Hold fast to your strength of will, for it shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its...
The Arisen comes. Is this meeting also by the dragon's design? Then I bid ye farewell.
The Mad Sovereign's power yet girds this place. It could prove the last bastion of hope, alas. 'Twill not hold forever. The coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis sundered at its heart.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. Aught is amiss with the flow of time. 'Twould seem this is no longer the world we know. Is there no way to return things to how they were before? We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Welcome. Time to be heading home. What should I get up to today? I suppose I can finish it tomorrow. Or you needing me?
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world? Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary, but I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King. Let us aid him however we may. By your leave. We shall await you here, Master.
I've no time for you.
But not at the expense of my duty. Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Begging your pardon.
Such quietude is a blessing.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
peril can result from a moment's incaution.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health. Queen Regent Disa, between you and me.
Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. Do with me as you will. The throne and its... The throne and its powers hold no... The throne and...
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her between you and me.
The throne...
Yes? This was in Mother's room. I did wonder where it had gotten off to. But why would she... There's aught inside. 'Tis a... letter. Might you excuse me? I would speak with Mother. Mayhap there is hope of changing her mind, yet all she did, all the scheming, all the plots, 'twas all for me, you see. So I cannot leave her to her fate. Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. But in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive, if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis...
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly... Your kindness will save many lives. My son, your kindness will save...
Would you be so kind? You may assure him that the royal...
I must earn the people's faith.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this work. My sword armor is some work. Naught compares to wood. All my days were so tranquil. Always a fresh breeze blowing round here. One of these days I'll buy myself a manor.
Receive my invitation.
They're the same tired faces in the same tired frocks.
Привет, Барик.
My list of beauties grows ever longer. Just about anywhere. Would that I knew more of this world. Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Дела нормально. Как всегда, все хорошо. Живем.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life. Whatever am I to do?
So sick after a day's patrol.
Сегодня еще вечером будет стрим по террарии, завтра тоже будет стрим по террарии, да. Сегодня и завтра.
Not good will come of this.
Завтра не будет. Блинский. Завтра же суббота. Как же так? Машинки катать по радиоуправлению. Ну ты чел, конечно, чел.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
This place is very dreary.
Ну тогда завтра будет
Nice place to sit and watch the
что-нибудь,
Fancy a look at my wares?
наверное.
All which sets me to think.
Мне туда попасть.
so many happy. Still, the fact that
Давай, пока. Удачи.
to soothe the spirit.
I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
I could use a bit of excitement in my life.
Medicine. How might I be of service?
Greetings, Master. Is this where you've been all this while? Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Mayhap we'll have some fish for today's supper.
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
We have chartered the ox guards as requested. It is a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master? Splendid.
Bunch of sluggards.
We shall remain here.
roll if auto's awry.
My son, your kindness will save...
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
My thanks.
The person I believe in is myself.
I'd sooner stay out of battle where possible. Such quiet. Feels eerie with no one about.
Got anything to spare?
Heard of any ways to make some easy...
Will nothing... Here we go again. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die. Of course. Now here's a surprise. A splendid discovery. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. there are more who can yet be saved. Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes. I will protect you. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. Aught fell from the beast as it breathed its last. Can turn in an instant. Let us send this quickly. Our foe appears to have grown just as weary as we. We must not give them a chance to recover. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Foothold to soar to greater heights. How many of their ilk must we defeat? You have my protection. You have my admiration. I doubt even my own master has obtained an article so rare. Be wary. That fiend has the power to spirits without end. Then let us fell it. Granted service that deserved rest. What has happened to your magic? The red clouds are suffused with ill intent. Might they not be someone's will made manifest? There must be a way to force them to recede. There must. of magics are at your disposal. Wait right there. Foothold to soar to greater heights. Brant left them hot. By some miracle. Now this region shall be safe. At least for the time being. Trade, allow me to open your chest. We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Of course. I was telling you aught I know of the sea's peril, of the brine. And you'd know that if you hadn't fallen asleep the moment I'd begun. Now, 'tis common knowledge that the brine hauled any ships seeking to venture into open waters. As if to say, there's naught out there, so don't bother looking. But does that not strike you as rather miserly? Even if we are to believe that there's naught across the sea, why must we be kept to our shores? I should like to confirm for myself that there's truly naught to be found, and why shouldn't I? An old man with naught, sailing out into a sea of naught, and dying for naught. Where's the harm in that? When I said as much to the bride, they only stared at me in amazement. A lie, it may all seem, but 'tis the honest truth. Those who call me a madman...
A fine place to harvest some ingredients. No harm in picking a few.
Uncertainty plagues the world.
Tis not your place to quit.
I cannot begin to fathom what will become of the world after this. In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
There you are. I could use a bit of company. Surely you'll be willing to hear my request. Oh, seems I...
Carilm, kemen rostindome non meltol, morvea curuit. You're no elf. Halan lome meltol. Fearnis numberway. I am called Darren. My brother taught me to speak your tongue. So different from our own. Do you understand? I learned the words, but this is the first I use them. Others of your kind have come here. But my people warn them away. Oh, but I cannot stay. I must, see to the Arbor Heart. Of late, the
Non morevin.
I a lot run.
My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst. What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here, yet this place is all we know. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you. But I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide, that we might speak with him. You have my support.
Findernar, ne veo norwende lis kemen, moriven lis irumar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpi nun findaler, nun mor arta her. Karilm ilmen arkael, silfa nambawe nun kalael alame, angadur sindi.
Mor nambwe roth enfane ava silmines fana. Erurne kemen malantar ingadur.
Kemenindor kanyan irils aldekar. Eteler lea fermor eldalia eralotte. Ondovana alvekil eteler ne anlera.
I am afraid my father has closed his heart so tightly. If only the Arbor heart were restored to health, perhaps he might be persuaded. I am afraid my father... If only the Arbor heart were...
Lungtena peli telume.
The language of the elves is entirely foreign to me. Yet, from their manner, I gather they're a proud people. The elves are a people worth befriending, if we can but find a way to soften their hearts. To the chest. I shall take a look inside. Formidable golden beast. We must challenge and defeat it for his sake. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I will protect you. The fire must be put out in our comrade land. Shall fall. no means that you are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times. Mayhap if we follow close behind it, we could find a way to get ourselves into an advantageous position. Understood. Not find a better opening. Strike the horn. Now! Creature is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
My duty is to the Arbor Heart, she is called. She has been with us a very long time. She is nature's very heart and a pillar of strength for my people. We have always lived in harmony with nature, and the Arbor Heart is our connection to the land. Yet, day by day, her strength is failing. I must give her nourishment of the soil to help her recover. A special kind, called Gwifencha in my language. I know not what you would call it. Once, A dwarf wandered into the arbor and gifted some to us. It filled the arbor heart with life. Now, little remains. Too little for the arbor heart to recover her strength in full. She begins to wane. Do you know of this substance? It must be found outside the arbor somewhere. If you find any, will you tell me where it lies?
You can always depend upon me to translate for you, Master. Gwefencha is the Elvish word for scale cinder.
In your tongue, it is called scale cinder? Where can it be found?
Now, scale cinder is a byproduct of the Batali smithing style. A Batali blacksmith ought to be able to tell us more.
If you see him on your journey, will you let me know? Etela el dalia nunwe el one.
Arinfeld so. Salma Arinfeld. Alekano Nande. Aitanifeld.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it.
That's quite...
You've pushed your...
Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, it is likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long, with every soul at their wits' end. Conflict is like to spark at the slightest. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstance.
That's it. I've had it.
That's quite...
Most of our... Only do take care to leave the room as you found it. If there's one thing... I shan't suffer, do come again.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel.
Follow me, if you would.
This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhand. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario.
Have at you!
Stay back, lest you get caught in the fray.
Steel yourself! Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance!
Back. I do not wish to injure you.
We're still in the fight!
This can't
What's
be
this,
happening.
then?
I believe in you.
What's this then?
He was hoping for a decent fall.
It is enough to give one chance.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this—
Indeed. Better to hone our...
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this. 'Twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings. We have reached—
I'm a master. What a bother.
Wow, wow. Look who 'tis. What brings you to the smithy? Looking for scale cinder, are we? Well, you're in a luck. Our forge is flit. Oh, 'tis at an elf's behest, you say? I'm afraid that changes things. Elves and dwarves don't get along, see? Brocker won't want to help you, unless you were to offer him aught he couldn't resist. Listen, I happen to know there's one bit of elven culture no dwarf can turn. All elven fare's bland as grass. All of it. That is, save this singularly flavoursome dish, Nutriab. Of course, no dwarf would openly admit to having a taste for it. But the fact of the matter is, the mere smell of that dish has dwarves foaming at the maw.
So the blacksmith ought to grant us some Gwyfencha in exchange for Nutriab. Shall we inform Ms. Derrin of this, Master? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual. A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Oi! I saw it first. Phew, trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't...
All right, clear off. I'll not take that from you.
That's it. I've had it.
That's smart.
Peaceful as ever.
Why now? There's so much more I wanted to do.
A customer then. That changes things in my very good bread.
Oi! I saw it first. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! Put this upstart in his place for me. Well, good! You see the truth of it. Now hand it over, Nomos.
Fair. You fangless ones are all the same, treating us like refuse for our fur and our muzzles. Well, I'll stomach it no longer. You'll pay for this. Him.
A regrettable loss of life, but what else could we have done?
That's smart.
A customer then. That changes things.
Oi! I saw it first.
Why must I share with a fangless one?
You there! Put this upstart in his place. Is this some kind of joke? You're you can bloody have it.
I owe you thanks, stranger. I never thought you'd take my side. This ought to be a lesson to me, I suppose. I'd taken all humans for scoundrels, but you seem a decent, come to think of it. Mayhap I owe Glint an apology as well.
Your response has proven their prejudice is faulty. I dare say those gentlemen will bury the hatchet anon. Well said.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
You can do this! I believe
this can't be happening.
This isn't much to go. This isn't much to go.
This certainly arisen. How might I be of aid? You are in need of...
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Things appear to have quietened down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella? You have my support.
This ain't my problem.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we pray return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now. Understood. There are more who can yet be saved. We ought to choose our...
Her Majesty has begun her supplications.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave.
That Batal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace. Outstanding.